I used to really dread uploading YouTube videos because it took me so long. If you want to give your video the best chance of getting seen by a wide audience, there's quite a number of steps that you need to complete, and I often used to forget to do some of them. So I decided what I needed was a simple step-by-step process for uploading YouTube videos, a process that I could use every time to make sure I didn't forget anything and to greatly speed things up, and ideally a process that included AI to do some of the heavy lifting for me. I decided the best thing to do was the next time I uploaded a video to YouTube, I'd take my time and I'd note down every step so that I could then reuse that every time I uploaded a video in the future. And that's what I did. And I've documented it in this guide. So it's phase 5 of this published video guide, which you'll find a link to in the description below. What I also did was I created a Gemini gem to generate the YouTube video description, including the all-important chapter timestamps. It also produces a pinned comment, which is helpful. Now, what I'm not going to do in this video is walk through every step in my upload video process. There's quite a few of them. It'd make for very dull viewing. So what I'm going to do is walk you through the key steps, the most important steps. And as I say, if you'd like a copy of the full list of steps, you'll find a link to them in the description below, where you can also download a copy of my Gemini gem. Okay, so let's dive into the process. There are two key factors that determine whether or not somebody clicks on your YouTube video. The first is the video title, the second is the video thumbnail. So if you take nothing else from this video, please at least spend a bit of time getting your thumbnail and title as good as they can be. It'll be worth it. Let's start with the video thumbnail. The first tip I would give you is don't let YouTube decide what to use as your thumbnail. Basically, it'll select a random frame from somewhere in your video. Maybe okay, more than likely won't be. So if you look here in my YouTube studio, these couple of videos that I'm working on now where I've not actually uploaded a thumbnail as yet. This first thumbnail, it's me presenting sat in my dining room, which is probably okay with a bit of text on top of it. That'll probably do a decent job. The top one, what's that? It's probably hard to see on here because it's quite small, but basically it's a screenshot of iMovie. Now, if there's a viewer on YouTube scrolling through the thumbnails, if they see that, it's going to be meaningless. The thumbnail's job is to stop the scroll. It's to stop your viewer scrolling through videos to find one that they're interested in viewing. So as long as your thumbnail stops them in the tracks and gets them to look at the video title and then decide whether or not they want to click on your video, your thumbnail's done its job. And there's lots of ways you can achieve that. It could be using a bright color palette. It could be some eye-catching image. It could be some attention-grabbing text, or a combination of all those things. But as I say, its job is just to stop the scroll and to get them to look at your video title. That's all it needs to do. One thing I would say though is you need to ensure that whatever the thumbnail is, it's congruent with the content of your video. The last thing you want to do is to get lots of people clicking into your video only to drop off very, very quickly because they realize the content isn't what was promised on the thumbnail. So make sure it's congruent. Now, I'm still a novice at thumbnail design and creation, but I'm really enjoying the process now. Initially, if you look down here in my channel, you'll see some of my earlier thumbnails were basically a frame from within the video with a bit of text that I overlaid. And I overlaid that text using the iMovie title feature. More recently, I've got a bit more creative. I've started using Google Gemini to generate images, and Canva to play around with those images and add text, the free version of Canva. So I think if I click here somewhere, have I got it? Yeah, so there we go. Don't know whether it's good or bad. Certainly more interesting than my earlier thumbnails. So basically that's where I am. I'm still a novice. I'm unlikely to win any design awards, but I can see an improvement, and they still fit within my design ethos of keeping things simple. Okay, so on to the next important thing, which is your video title. The first thing I do when I'm trying to decide on a title for my video is to look at the competition. So basically, I enter the seed key phrase for the video I'm creating and just scroll down the videos on the screen. Any titles that resonate with me that I like, I make a note of. And the thing to bear in mind is that all of these videos, if you look at the views, they're all high performing videos. So that means that the title did its job. It got somebody to click into the video. So they're great to learn from. So once I've got a list of those, I then spend a few minutes jotting down ideas of my own. And for my titles, I like to include a question or a bold statement, if I can, both of those things. I also like to include the seed key phrase if I can. I know it's less important nowadays, but it's still important for the YouTube algorithm. It's an important piece of data that helps them determine what your video is about. So if you can include it without ruining the human experience, I would do. And the final thing I ensure is that the title is less than 60 characters. Any more than that gets truncated on mobile, and lots of people view YouTube videos on mobile. So that's it. It's a simple process. Doesn't need to take very long, but it's worthwhile. So the next thing I like to do is to link this video to another video on my channel, or failing that, to a playlist on my channel. The reason being, YouTube really likes it if you can keep people within YouTube, especially if you can keep them within your channel. Viewer retention is really, really important. So if I have got a video or a playlist to link to, I will do that. Now, it's not always easy. I'm in this boat currently because my channel's pretty new, so I haven't got a lot of videos to choose from. But if I can, I do. And there are two features within YouTube Studio that allows you to link out to other videos and playlists. The one I use most often is the end screen feature, because typically what I want to do is at the end of a video say, view this video next. And it's pretty straightforward to use. You select element, there's the different options you've got to link to. So if you select video, I then scroll down and I typically use choose specific video. The reason being that I've got a particular sequence that I want viewers to view my videos in. So I go in there and I select that specific video. And there you go. Thing to bear in mind with the end screen, that feature only works in the last 20 or 30 seconds. So if you need a video link somewhere before that, you can't use this feature. In that instance, what you'd have to use is this cards feature. Pretty similar. So you'd select the video. The difference is it's not as attention grabbing as the end screen, I don't think. So I typically use the end screen, but it does a similar job. So long story short, if you have got other videos or playlists to link to, it's worthwhile doing so. Despite what a lot of people say, I still believe that YouTube video descriptions are really important. So I used to spend a lot of time writing them from scratch. And what used to take the longest time was including all of the timestamps for different chapters within the video, which I think is really helpful for viewers, but more importantly, perhaps, um, they are very important to all the AI tools that are being used by more and more people now. So a lot more searches now are done using AI tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude. And what all of these tools do is they have to go out and search the web to answer that search query. And a quick way for them to do that is to scan timestamps within YouTube videos. So I think it's worthwhile including those in your video description. Now, as I say, it used to take me a long time to write them from scratch. So I've created a Gemini gem to help me with that. And basically, all I do is I come into YouTube Studio for the particular video that I want to create the description for. I open that video up, stop it playing, scroll down into the description, show transcript, and then I just copy that transcript. Take a copy of that. I then go to the gem that I've created, which is this one, generate video description and time-stamped chapter headings. Open it up if it will. There we go. Right, and then all I do basically is I paste in that script, as you can see, hit go, and scroll down, I'll get the video description and all the timestamps. And there's a little bonus, it gives me a pinned comment as well. So I'll just copy that, the description and the pinned comment. I review it, I reword it to make sure it sounds like me, not AI written description. And then I upload it into YouTube. It's as simple as that. It saved me an awful lot of time. So if you find this gem useful, you'll find a link to it in the description below. The simple YouTube video upload process I've just walked you through has ensured that I never forget anything when I'm uploading videos to YouTube. It's kept me consistent. It's also made a big improvement to my YouTube video descriptions, and it's automatically generated a pinned comment for me to add to every YouTube video that I publish. So it's been really helpful. This though is the 5th step in my publish video process. If you're interested in the previous 4 steps, you can check them out at the playlist that should be appearing on the screen somewhere, don't know where. If it doesn't appear, you'll find a link to it in the description below, together with a link to download my published video guide. So by all means, download that and make use of it. So until next time, take it easy.